Stop for a moment and think about the last time you acted in a way that surprised or even shocked you, perhaps feeling unexpectedly angry, fearful, or judgmental. In my research of Carl Jung's work, I found his exploration of the shadow to be one of his most profound and transformative discoveries for understanding these hidden parts of ourselves that often control us from the unconscious. Recognizing shadow possession in ourselves or others is not only about spotting negative traits, but about unveiling those shadow elements that have taken over our behavior without conscious awareness. This matters now more than ever because our fast-paced world often amplifies shadow dynamics, leading to conflict, internal struggle, and interpersonal tension that can feel overwhelming. Drawing from Jung's clinical observations, he noticed that individuals frequently projected parts of their shadow onto others, mistaking their own unconscious impulses as external threats or faults. This projection creates a cycle where the unrecognized shadow not only controls behavior, but distorts reality and relationships. Thus, the urgency to recognize shadow possession is pressing. It's the first step towards reclaiming our wholeness and restoring authentic connections. From the wealth of Jung's insights, the shadow is essentially the personal unconscious, containing instincts, repressed weaknesses, desires, and instincts that are denied by the conscious ego. Jung believed no one is free from shadow influence. It's a natural, universal psychological structure. What distinguishes shadow possession is when these unconscious forces dominate the conscious personality, leading to actions or attitudes seemingly foreign or exaggerated, sometimes manifesting as sudden anger outbursts, irrational fears, or compulsive behaviors. For example, in Jung's case studies, he described a man who had a respectable public image but periodically was seized by inexplicable fits of rage and self-destructive acts, which, when examined, were revealed as manifestations of his shadow refusing repression. This emphasis on the shadow clashing with the persona, the socially acceptable mask, highlights how possession occurs when the shadow infiltrates the persona, disrupting psychological balance. It is also critical to remember that the shadow is not inherently evil. It carries creative and vital energy as well. Recognizing possession means detecting when shadow energy operates unconsciously in destructive or imbalanced ways. To identify shadow possession in yourself, pay close attention to moments when your reactions feel disproportionate or when you harshly judge others while denying similar traits in yourself. Jung showed how shadow material often emerges through emotions like shame or blame that feel overwhelming, through recurring dreams or nightmares where shadow figures appear, or through compulsions that seem alien to conscious values. For instance, someone might constantly criticize others for selfishness, yet fail to see their own self-centered motives. This is projection tied to shadow possession. Observing these patterns with curiosity rather than guilt can open a path toward integration. For recognizing possession in others, nuanced empathy is vital. If you notice disproportionate negativity, hypocrisy, or defensiveness that seems to control their behavior, you may be witnessing shadow possession at work. However, as Jung emphasized, combating or condemning the shadow only strengthens its grip. The goal is awareness and compassionate engagement. Time and again, Jung demonstrated through his patients that bringing shadow elements into conscious awareness weakens their possession and allows healing. Now, let's talk about practical steps that Jung proposed for engaging with shadow possession. His method of active imagination invites one to dialogue directly with shadow figures appearing in dreams or fantasies, thereby personalizing and owning these disowned parts. This means setting aside judgment and inviting shadow elements to speak, naming fears, desires, or anger instead of suppressing them. Jung encouraged journaling emotions and dreams to unearth shadow content. Another tool is shadow work through conscious reflection on moments of intense emotion or projection, asking what unconscious feelings or fears are driving this. Shadow possession can be disrupted by accepting these shadow parts as aspects of oneself needing recognition rather than enemies to fight.
Jung believed this integration is the profound path toward individuation, the lifelong journey of becoming whole. To begin this process, I encourage you to notice your knee-jerk reactions with honest curiosity and gentle self-questioning. And if you find patterns that evoke shame or confusion, don't push them away, but rather invite exploration through art, dream analysis, or conversation with a trusted expert. In closing, Jung's essential wisdom about the shadow is encapsulated in his idea that what you resist persists. Without conscious acknowledgement, shadow possession can control your identity and relationships in hidden yet powerful ways. Yet the transformative promise of shadow work is profound freedom and authenticity waiting when you bravely face those shadows within. This discovery can change your life by releasing unconscious blocks and opening new realms of creativity and self-acceptance. Tomorrow, we will explore how do I maintain psychological balance in chaotic times. This is deeply connected to shadow integration, for Jung provided vital tools to stabilize the psyche amidst outer turmoil by balancing light and shadow. I assure you, this next discussion is crucial for your psychological development because understanding how to hold this balance builds directly on recognizing shadow influence today. If you found these insights helpful, please like and comment with your experiences or questions, and subscribe so you don't miss this essential next step in our Jungian journey together. I am genuinely excited to continue unfolding Jung's wisdom with you as you move towards greater wholeness and resilience every day.